So, I wanted to thank you all for joining our first live farm tour. I'm a little bit surprised by what y'all asked to see first. So, I wasn't expecting someone to want to see my kitchen. I was thinking like baby farm animals and stuff like that, but we can start with the kitchen. That is the heart of the homestead. You grow your food, and that's where you have to process it, and where you come together as a family to enjoy the fruits of your labor. So it is an important part of the homestead and farm, but I was just a little bit surprised. I also am kind of anticipating a little bit of disappointment because I think the person who started that as a request was my cousin, who had seen my old kitchen and maybe is excited to see my new kitchen and what we did in this house, and we haven't done anything to the kitchen yet. But hopefully that can kind of motivate you and show you that you don't need anything special to be able to raise your own food and process it and preserve it, and everybody can do the things that I'm doing because the kitchen is nothing special. So we'll come in here and I'll see if I can figure out how to turn the camera around. This is my kitchen. It's just pretty simple, regular kitchen. So the cabinets are really low because the person who lived here originally was handicapped and in a wheelchair, so everything's really low. So that, of course, will be something that will get changed when we do update everything. Obviously, in a farmhouse kitchen, there are a million mason jars because you always need mason jars for everything. Right here is a weird blank space because there actually used to be a window there, which why would we take a window out of our kitchen? But that goes into another part of the house, not outside, because there's an add-on. So we'll be putting stuff there at some point. My collection of glass jars that we found from all over the property. But yeah, this is just a regular sized kitchen. All that to say, you can preserve your own food, grow your own food, and just use regular stuff that you have to be able to preserve everything. So people kind of wanted to know what we have done to the house so far, which is really not very much. We did the living room a little bit. So my husband and father-in-law built these amazing built-in bookshelves for me because while I like to be a little bit minimal, books is not an area where I like to be minimal. And then they put in new casings on the windows, and we painted this room. Everywhere else, not so much, kind of still half painted, as you can see that line on my ceiling. So one thing that we did do that I right away said needed to happen was a pantry. When we moved in, there was no pantry and no closets in the house. And so this used to be the laundry room, and we took out the washer and dryer, put shelves in, and this is now my pantry, and where the hot water heater and air conditioning is and all that. And then we moved the laundry room into the add-on that was behind the house. And this is where the laundry room is now. And that's actually something else that we did. This wall was like the exterior brick, and there was no electricity out here, and it was just kind of storage. And so we added electricity and did drywall and put the laundry room out here. I'm checking. I don't know if anyone's commenting. I'm having trouble seeing if anyone is commenting. But this is our laundry room. And then now our little bit of our greenhouse, where we have eggs and all of our honey and all that kind of stuff. But right now this is going to eventually be hopefully a mudroom space, but right now it's kind of perfect for putting our greenhouse area. So we just planted seeds this week, which is really late, but that whole winter storm kind of threw us for a loop, and we didn't get stuff planted when we thought we would. But now we've got the whole greenhouse area set up, and hopefully things will start coming up in time for us to plant. Your goal is to start seeds 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost, and usually for us here that's like the end of March. This year it should be around March 20th, so that is when hopefully stuff will be ready to go into the ground. But we were a little bit late with that. But this is a really easy setup that a lot of people could do. It doesn't take a ton of space. We just bought these shelves off of Amazon, and then all of the seed trays and everything we got off of Amazon, and the lights. And if you can see, we just hung the lights with some paracord on, then attach it to PVC, and then mounted 3 lights to those. So there's 3 grow lights per shelf, if you can see that. And then they just kind of all plug into each other down the side. They all connect. So you only need 1 outlet. And then at the bottom, there's one of these timers that you can set. So we want ours to have 14 hours of light a day. So we can turn that on, and we don't have to remember to turn it back on or turn it back off, because you can overdo the light also, and we don't want to do that. So all of this stuff was just from Amazon and was pretty reasonable. The only thing we didn't find on Amazon was these covers that fit the trays. So I can share where we got those. But you kind of want to hold the moisture in, so that's why you want the lids. And then the plastic around is just so I don't spray the wall when I'm watering our seeds. And then we have this awesome spray bottle that you pump, and then you can just hold the handle down and it sprays continuously, which is really nice compared to having to keep squeezing the handle, because there's a lot of seeds for me to water. We have just over 700 plants started, which I won't actually have room for when we replant them to bigger compartments per plant. So I'm gonna have to get a little creative with that. But you usually only get about 85% germination. So I'll end up with closer to 600 plants, which cuts a little bit out, but I really only have room for 400 on that. So we'll just have to get creative with those plants. But yeah, that's my kitchen and what we've done to the house so far. Not a lot going on. I hope that wasn't too underwhelming. Let's see. I hope nobody's trying to comment. I don't see anybody asking any questions. If you have any questions, let me know real quick. Otherwise, probably gonna hop off. That was just our little kitchen tour. You don't need anything fancy to be able to preserve chemical-free, healthy food for your family in your home. It's all really easy, and I just have a normal kitchen, and so you can totally do all of this stuff too. So thanks.